2023 has been an interesting year. We can put it that way. It's been interesting. It's definitely had bumps in the roads, but overall I can't complain. This very well may be our last video on the channel of 2023. Gonna take a week or so off around the holidays, spend a little time with the family, decompress, get ready to hit 2024 right in the face full speed. And what a better way to send off 2023 than with a little pour of a $1,000 bottle of 32-year-old single malt Scotch. Hell, that shit was put in a barrel before most of you guys were even born. 1985. That's some old shit. Now you can spend more money on whiskey, especially the really old single malts, than Michael Jackson spent on fake noses. Damn, Jeremy, now you're coming after the king of pop. Is nothing sacred? Hey, I could have said more money than Michael Jackson spent on stuffed animals and roof and all. I was trying to take it easy on the guy. Just let that one marinate for a second. Even though I do have a whiskey collection large enough to lead some to believe that I should probably be attending an AA meeting, I usually don't buy bottles over a couple $100. And honestly, 90% of the time, 95% of the time, I usually stay well under 150. It's kind of always been my thought, my opinion, that as with many things, including whiskey, the law of diminishing return kicks in. The higher and higher you pay for something, the less and less increase in quality you get. There's a much bigger jump in quality from a $50 bottle to a $100 bottle than there is from a $100 bottle to a $1,000 bottle. There's kind of a sweet spot somewhere in the middle there. I mean, there are some bottles out there in the, I don't know, say $60 upwards to around 150 or 200 bucks. In that range, that tastes so damn good, it'll make you show your O face in public. Oh my God. It's hard for me to believe that spending an extra $800, $900, or $1,000 more is really worth it. I just don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze. So I came up with the rather expensive idea that Allison really loved a lot, to buy a $1,000 bottle of whiskey and do a side-by-side comparison to see if my theory holds water. So today, we're doing a $10 bottle versus a $100 bottle versus a $1,000 bottle. See what I do for you guys? I piss off my wife and sleep on the couch so you don't have to. I tried to get scotches that are somewhat in the same ballpark flavor-wise, so it would be a little more of a fair comparison. That being said though, they are all three from totally different regions. I can hear the Scotch geeks losing their shit.
Did he just say 3 different regions of whiskey were similar?
One of these is even an Islay.
Oh, I hope you die in a fiery car crash.
Some of their heads just exploded. But relax, this is a non-peated Islay, so the notes are not like anything traditional Islas, like not smoky and peaty, stuff like that. All 3 of these are actually on the sweeter, fruitier side of things, even though these are from 3 different regions, and that probably makes some of the Scotch snobs hemorrhoids itch. I think this should be a pretty fair comparison. All right, folks, but before we get to sipping on that lovely nectar of the gods, let's take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video and let me do my bi-monthly PSA to you guys. If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times over the past several years. Taking care of your mug isn't just for the ladies out there. If you don't want your face to look like a shriveled old nutsack by the time you're 50, you're gonna have to get over that stereotype and take care of your skin a little better. Luckily, the good folks and sponsor of today's video, Tiege Hanley, have skincare systems designed especially for guys. It's high quality, super simple and quick to use, and has no fragrance added. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basics. You've got a daily face wash to clean you up, an exfoliating scrub to knock off all that dead skin, an AM moisturizer with 20 SPF to protect you from the melanomas, and a PM moisturizer. They also include a card with instructions on how much to use and when to use it. So if you're like me when you started, you have no idea how to use this stuff. Being a member also has cool benefits like 20% off retail price, ability to customize your box, exclusive deals, pause or cancel anytime, and free shipping within the US. And because the good folks at Tiege Hanley are sponsoring this video, they are offering my viewers a great deal. So just click on the first link in the description below and you will save 30% off your first box plus a free gift. Pretty damn good deal, especially right around here at Christmas time. So click that link and get started today. I was a customer of Tiege Hanley long before they were ever a sponsor of the channel. I do not support products on this channel that I do not use myself. I use this stuff every day. One last thanks to my friends at Tiege Hanley for sponsoring this video and supporting the channel throughout 2023. All right, folks, let's see how this high dollar Scotch stacks up. First up, we have the $10. Now, it's not exactly 10, it's like 19 to 22, depending on where you get it from. Finding a $10 single malt, damn near impossible. So this was the cheapest I could find. Shieldaig? I'm going Shieldaig. Single malt Scotch whiskey, finest old. I'm using because it's non-age stated, but it's their finest old. It did manage to pull double gold at the San Francisco Spirits. That's something. This particular one is a Speyside. I picked up this bottle for $22. Got high hopes. Haven't opened this one, haven't tasted it, so we'll see. The least expensive of the 10, 100, 1,000. That smells like butterscotch.
That don't smell like fucking butterscotch.
That smells like butterscotch. You don't smell the butteriness? It's like a buttered scotch or like a caramel with like a buttery.
I do smell maybe buttery.
Some buttery,
or like
burnt sugar.
See,
honey.
this is where I'm still a novice. I don't have any of this.
Honey, it doesn't smell bad. I mean, for 22
It's
bucks.
strong. It smells strong.
It's not at all. It's 80 proof. There's a little bit of a funk. It's like a maltiness. I think I'm smelling. It's like
There's just something that's a little
there's
like dank about it.
Yeah, there's
or something.
there's a little something that's just like, hey. All right. I mean, for a $20 bottle, it's got that slightly harsh. Look, you got the oh no face. You don't like it at all, huh?
Give me a second, because I'm coming off of like I just drank a Pepsi. Like,
for 20 bucks, I would not be upset with this pour. I think this could make a good mixed drink with Scotch, like a highball, like a sentimental.
I'm
gentleman.
also not a huge Scotch person.
It has good mouthfeel considering the low proof. There's a little bit of harshness there. You know,
There's just like that bite.
There's a little bit of
get in the
bite.
back.
There's a little bit of youth, but it is sweet.
But like the after that bite goes away, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
it's not bad. It's just
It's kind of a fruity, honeyed. There's a little bit of the oak in there. It's like an alcohol. And I find that a lot of time it's in younger whiskeys.
Yeah.
The ethanol flavor.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a little bitey.
yes.
It hasn't been in the barrel.
And maybe
long.
that's what I could when I was smelling it.
Yeah.
All right.
20 bucks. Not bad. Next up, one of my favorites. I love this bottle. Glenmorangie 18 year. This is a single malt Highland Scotch, obviously 18 years old, coming in at 86 proof. You could pick yourself up a bottle of this stuff for, I've seen it as low as 120, as high as 140, somewhere in that range. This one did win Whiskey of the Year a while back, if I can remember correctly. I want to say it was around the 2008, 2012, or 2010, 2012 time frame. This whiskey spends the majority of its time in ex-bourbon casks. In the last few years, they dump it into Oloroso sherry casks, which gives it a really nice, those nice dark fruits, sweet, all the things you get with sherry. We'll see how it stacks up. Now we're getting into something a little more in my wheelhouse. You went from that one that's non-age stated, so it has to be at least 3 years to be Scotch, if I'm not mistaken, to something that's been in a barrel for 18 years.
18 years. That's a long ass
That's
time.
a long ass time. And Glenmorangie, their whole line is really good. Some citrus in here. It's had a lot more time to age and chill. But I don't want to give you any preconceived notions because this is all about, we were going to blind this. And then we decided, we blind stuff all the time. Let's just have the three and talk about them. And we can be unbiased without it being blind. Cheers. It's already way smoother.
It's way better.
It doesn't have that. There's like a little bit of something in the other one that gives you almost a little like.
That's what I mean.
Like it almost makes you.
I couldn't help my face.
It almost makes you pull a little bit of a face because it's like a little bitter, a little sharp. This is much smoother, much nicer.
This one has that like kick on the back, but it's not.
It's a little higher proof than that last one too. This one's 43. So only 3% more, but still 3% higher and smoother.
But it's smoother.
Age makes a difference,
Yeah.
and age correlates to price in Scotch because obviously they've got more invested in it.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of nuttiness, a little
Well,
bit of
Well,
citrus.
it's spicy.
There's a little spicy, like a baking spice or something like a little spicy. The funny thing is, for this to have been an Oloroso sherry cask, it's not as fruity as other things are. Like there's a Glendronach up there that's a sherry cask Scotch, and it's super fruity, super dark fruity, dark fruity, rooty tooty, fresh and fruity. This one is fruity and it's sweet, but this one's a little, I don't know, it's a little more on the citrus, spicy,
Yeah.
a little bit of honey.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's sweet.
It's not near as sweet as
Really?
like some Oloroso sherry cask stuff.
See, now I need to taste the other one to see if I still.
Here. So you could A-B it. I don't need to A-B it. I know.
I mean, I know. But sometimes you know when it's like your
Yeah,
first drink
sure.
and it's, you
No.
know,
That's why we were doing these all three, so you could A-B it.
even when I just smell it, I don't like it.
See, it makes you pull a face.
No, I don't like it.
I'm not a huge
No,
fan.
I don't like it.
It's okay. I will say this. It's more than I expected for a $20 single malt Scotch because $20 is cheap for a single malt. This is at diminishing returns, right? So there's a huge difference from 20 to 130.
It's way better.
So let's see if there's as big of a difference from 100 to 1,000, which is a bigger jump.
And one that most are probably not willing to take.
Yeah. I think she's still a little mad at. And last, but okay, I really like this little thing, but that's got to go because that's going to be annoying. And last, but certainly not least, our $1,000 bottle, Bruichladdich 1985 Hidden Glory Rare Cask Series 32-year single malt Scotch. Damn, that's a mouthful.
That's what she said. Don't you dare.
But it's a great bottle. As I mentioned earlier, this is a non-peated Islay single malt. It is 32 years old. They bottle this at cask strength at 48.7% ABV, or about 96 proof. You are gonna pay, just tighten your ass cheeks real tight, because this one's gonna hurt. Somewhere in the $1,100 to $1,200. I've seen it as high as $1,300 or $1,400 online, but usually around the $1,100 or $1,200 mark. It hurts me too. I am not one of those guys that buys shit this expensive when it comes to whiskey. So trust me, it stung. My ass is still a little sore. I could have at least spit on it first or something. Jesus. This bottle was released as part of a trio of Rare Cask Series bottles in late 2017. This is a 32-year-old single malt representing the final 22 casks distilled in 1985. It was first put into third fill bourbon casks until 2012. Then the master distiller recast it into fresh first fill bourbon casks. Finally, in 2017, the whiskey was recast again into French oak to finish its maturation. Bottled without any added color, without chill filtration, at cask strength, and only 4,200 bottles exist. I've tasted it. It's pretty special. But let's get a little pour compared to the other two, see what Allison thinks, and see if it is worth that hefty price tag. The $1,000 bottle, actually like a $1,100, $1,200.
The big dog.
Bruichladdich. It even uncorks like $1,000. No, just kidding. We tried this on the live stream for the first time a couple weeks ago.
It smells good.
Have you had this one? I don't remember if you
I
tried it.
tasted it, yeah.
Now this is where it gets hard.
That's what she said?
Because there's a huge jump from a $140 bottle to a $1,000 bottle. There's obviously a quality difference just in the nose.
Yeah.
I mean, it smells rich. It smells
complex.
It smells rich and deep, and there's like some old book situation.
Yeah.
It smells old. I know that's weird, but it smells old. For Scotch, that's terribly
And it's
dark.
how old?
32 years old.
That's as old as me. We're the same age.
You wish. That's why I picked it, because it was you and the bottle were the same age.
Yeah. It's cute.
The first time I drank this, I was like, man, this had to have been aged in sherry. And then when we looked it up, we figured it out. It spent 0 time in sherry.
Oh,
cask.
yeah, that's right. We did look that up.
But this has this super deep, dark fruitiness that reminds me of a sherry cask, even though it hasn't spent any time in a sherry cask. But it's dense. Cheers. $1,000. Come on. Wild rip.
Hate to say it.
What?
It's better.
Of course it's better. The question is, if the 10 and the 20 and the 100,
I just like the complexities of it. It's like,
this is a non-peated Isla. When I drank it by itself, I tasted no Isla influence.
yeah.
But now tasting it in back of a Highland Scotch and a Speyside, this one does have a little bit of like a briny sea note.
I get that.
There's a little bit of this flavor of by the sea.
Yeah. Which I didn't get that before.
I never, and it just goes to show you sometimes A-B comparisons when
Yeah.
you're drinking multiple whiskeys back to back. I still think it has that very fruity, dark fruit kind of vibe. It's very complex because you have this kind of old, maybe even slightly musty, smoky.
A little bit.
By the sea with like this sweet, fruity on the other side. It's got nice density of flavor. There's a little bit of spiciness on the finish.
Not
Pepper.
as much as the other.
No, but it's almost like a little pepper. It's on the very end. The question for this video, though, is 10 versus 100 versus 1,000.
The 10 is out. The 10 is out for me.
I think it definitely ranks the way that it is. I think the 10 would be third place. The 100
Yeah.
is second place.
This is definitely the best one.
and this is definitely the best.
However,
Is it 10 times better?
No.
So you could get 9 bottles of that for 1 bottle of this. This is 140, this is 20. So this is 6 times more expensive than this. I think this is 6 times better.
for sure.
I think so.
For sure.
But is this 9 times better than this? I don't think
I don't
it is.
know that it's 9 times better.
I'd say it's definitely.
It's definitely better. It's smoother. It's more interesting,
more complexity.
which I like.
Mm-hmm.
That being said,
But is it worth sleeping on the couch?
like because you bought this bottle, yeah, no, it's not. No,
Now-
it's not. That bottle is perfectly fine. Now that bottle is it's trash.
This is what I'll say about it. If you've got expendable money and you're a lucky person and you just have a shit ton of cash and money isn't a thing to you, this is your best experience. It's awesome. I'd say it's worth $1,000 for the experience and to taste something that was in a barrel since 1985.
That's what I was gonna say. Like as something that something special, something that
Right.
maybe you drink it every year on your birthday
Right.
or on your anniversary, or like it's a special bottle.
And there's only like 4,000 bottles
You know?
of this in existence ever.
it's something cool to have,
Right.
and that you would really enjoy.
You're dealing with something that took 32 years to make and it's a super limited run. I understand the price point. But at the same time, if that's not in your budget, I don't feel like you're missing out hugely
Yeah.
by staying in the $150 price range. Point is, from like the $80 to the $150 mark, you can get some really delicious scotch. And I think the law of diminishing returns is true.
Definitely applies.
There is much less of a
Definitely
difference between this bottle and this bottle than there was between these two. It bears repeating. If you have the budget and you're just flush or you want to buy yourself something special one day, it's definitely a cool experience.
Or it would be cool, like say you have like a group of buddies that all, you always get together and smoke cigars and drink whiskey, like a little group of guys to all go in and like
Buy it.
purchase this and
Only drink it when you're together.
drink it when you're together, or special occasions, New Year's.
So a non-answer answer. It is what it is. It's delicious. I don't know if it's 10 times delicious, but it's delicious.
Yes,
Diminishing returns is a real thing.
it's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Fun test. Hope you guys enjoyed that. But before we go, we do need to draw a winner from last week's giveaway and then, of course, do this week's. Last week, we were giving away, it was a bundle, a Christmas bundle. We were going to give away a free Whisky and one of my new glass tray Quattros. Gotta make sure I put one of those aside because they're really close to selling out. So if you guys are interested in one of those, I would get them soon because stock is getting pretty low on that stuff. And the winner is... This is a long one, and I'm bad at pronouncing stuff. Hooked on Phonics. Hooked on Phonics worked for me. Joseph O'Hannesson. I'm horrible with names. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate all the support. So you got a glass tray and a Whisky coming your way. Just reach out to us with the email that's listed in the About section on our YouTube page, and we will get your winnings shipped out to you ASAP, please. For next week, now this one's gonna be longer than normal because I'm taking a little break, so it won't be till after the first of the year that we do the drawing. Let's do a little, we haven't done one of these in a while, a beard brand bundle. You guys know I just dropped the utility wash and utility softener with the guys at Beard Brand, a collaboration we did in the Bold Fortune scent. So we'll put together a little beard brand bundle for you. We'll do some utility wash, utility softener, some beard oil, something like that. Rules for the giveaway are, as always, you have to be a subscriber to both channels, both the main channel and our second channel, Jeremy Stars After Hours, where we do live streams and stuff like that. And after the first year, pew pew content. Oh, it's coming. It's coming, baby. You have to like the video, smash that thumbs up button, go to our website and sign up for our newsletter that we put out, and then comment down below. This week, let's do hashtag beardbrandme, hashtag Christmas 2023. So do all that stuff and you will be entered into the drawing, and we will draw a winner live in the next upload. Quick scammer alert, as always, we draw the winners live. You get some weird comments down below saying you won some shit. It's a scam, ignore it. Well, that will wrap it up. I really appreciate everyone's support throughout the year. We love you guys. We couldn't have this channel or do this without you guys, so we really do appreciate all your views and support and comments and all that stuff. I hope everyone has a fantastic Christmas, a great and happy and safe New Year, and we will see everybody first thing 2024. Some good food, get some cool gifts, hang out with the family, relax a little bit, drink a little whiskey, maybe put a little whiskey in your eggnog, have a good time, do all the things. Enjoy it. Christmas only comes around once a year. Have a good time.